Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it was.
All right. How's my voice like this from here?
Pretty good.
Like this.
That's perfect.
Does it look weird with my arm here?
No.
All right, let's go.
All right. We're live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Elijah.
What's up, everyone? I'm Tomas.
You're watching Project 518 Reactions.
Welcome back.
How we doing?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Nice Sunday evening, just feeling the vibes.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yes, sir. So today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok about
Not giving a fuck, basically.
yes, sir.
So we found this TikTok this week, and we thought it'd be good to kind of expand upon it, just see where. I mean, I think it's a pretty great video, but should we watch it again? We'll show you guys. Here it is.
Yes, sir. All right, let's check it out.
All right, I'm going to teach you exactly how to never care what anybody thinks about you in one video. And this is so important, and I use this every day. Now, there's two groups of people. There's people who give a fuck, and there's people who don't give a fuck. So if you're currently somebody that gives a fuck, we have to show you exactly how to not give a fuck, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Now, here's what you have to understand. You have an opinion about yourself and the world. Everybody else has opinions about themselves and how the world is or should be. Who's right, you or them? The answer is nobody. Everybody has their own opinion and their worldview. Keep that in mind. Now, combine that with this fact here, and that's whoever's the most certain in any situation wins. So if two people have different worldviews and they clash together, the person that's more certain about their worldview is the one that comes out victorious. And this is the key to not giving a fuck. Because once your worldview is so solidified and you know who you are as a person, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you because you're so certain about yourself, it just bounces off because you know the facts. Here's an example. Let's say you're a fighter and you've been in 100 professional fights. You know for a fucking fact you can fight because you've done it 100 times. So when somebody randomly comes up to you and they say, "You suck at fighting, you're a little pussy," you're literally just going to be like, "What?" Because you know the facts. You know you're an actual good fighter. So they could say all that stuff to you, "You can't fight, blah, blah, blah," and you're literally just going to be like, "Okay," because you know who you are. You've tested yourself. Now, think about a guy who doesn't know himself yet. He hasn't fought yet, so he's not sure if he is a good fighter or not. He doesn't know himself yet. He hasn't put himself through that test and given himself an answer. So if somebody says, "Oh, bro, you can't fight, you're a pussy," he's going to be like, "Am I? Maybe I am." Because he doesn't have the factual evidence to base his own reality, his own identity off of. So the way that you don't give a fuck is you do enough things in this life that make you understand exactly who you are as a person. You should know factually who you are as a person, and you get there by actually doing stuff. Take that chance and fall in love. Get your heart broken. Start that business and go bankrupt. Fail. Have these life experiences that tell you exactly who you are. And that's how I don't give a fuck at all. Because people can tell me anything, I know who I am. So they could say, "Grant, you're this, Grant, you're that." And I'm just like, okay. Right? I know who I am. My worldview is so solidified because I know exactly the facts of who I am. I know myself that it doesn't matter who says anything to me. So the only reason that you give a fuck is because you don't know yourself yet. So when somebody says something to you, you're not sure if it's true or not because you don't actually know the facts. You don't know who you are. So you have to start trying things out in life and knowing who you are and what you like because the only way that you figure out who you are is from life experience. And then once you get those facts, you don't give a fuck. So if you're having a problem with how people think about you, you simply need to get more life experience. You need to get out of your house and start doing things. Go work at the coffee shop and meet people. Go talk to people at your job. You need to have these life experiences and test yourself as a human because once you test yourself, that's going to give you, the tests give you the answers and the answers give you facts. And the facts help you know who you are. So when people say, "Oh, you're this or that, you're like, I know the facts, I'm not that." That's the easiest way to not give a fudge, my guy. That'll be 8:32.
Yo, that was a great video. Yeah. Dang. So that video really ties into I mean, yeah, simplified, summed up, it's like how do I give a fuck? But like I also like kind of appreciate it for its purpose of trying to help people kind of like self-identify, like, you know what I mean? Because I know that like, everybody growing up and growing older as we mature, we're all identifying ourselves.
Right.
So
Yeah, man. It's I like when he's like you I don't know where he broke it down where to how everyone sees the world in their own way. It's like, because you go around thinking like, like you're the outsider in most situations. Like in like the first day of class, let's say you walk into a classroom, you see all these people and you're like, oh man, all these people probably know each other. I'm the outsider. When in reality, everybody's thinking the same thing, and it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of eye-opening to see how he broke it down like that.
Right. Yeah. And I like that, he was talking about by like just doing things and like learning whether or not you like doing those things, it kind of tells you, who you are and whatever, and kind of gives you precedence in knowing like, who you are before you go into a situation with somebody else, so where like if they say something about a particular subject and you already dealt with that subject, you know how to react with it already. So it's like,
Right. Like
it's good advice.
someone trying to tell you like, oh man, you suck at playing guitar. Like you're like, yeah, I've played for a while. I don't fucking suck. Shut up, man.
Right. Yeah. Like I know I don't suck, and like I've like other people tell me that I'm pretty good. So like,
So yeah, you're good. Like you might not be like, I might not be a god, like I might not shred, but I'm not bad. I mean, so it's cool. Like it's all about believing in yourself, really. Had to go pull out my favorite book, bro.
What a perfect book.
You already know, man. This fucking book, man, it's life changing. Same thing the guy was talking about.
Yo, there we go. I've never actually even heard about that book before. What's
Really?
up with that?
Yeah. You never heard of it?
Man.
Dude. So it's like, he calls it the subtle art of not giving a fuck, the counterintuitive approach to living a good life. So it's basically about how much you detach yourself from caring what people think. And it's really fucking good, man. I'll send it to you if you want, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's a life-changing book. But
that'd be dope. I might have to just go ahead and get on the audiobook store and
do it. It's a good book. I think it's probably on YouTube for free too. So whatever.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because like really not giving a fuck is like tied into your ability to just live life comfortably. You know what I mean? And I mean, it doesn't mean like you don't have to care about anything, like you can give a fuck. I mean, you can like not give a fuck, but still care about like your surroundings and still care about, other things. But like it's really just being able to be comfortable in your own skin because you've been through experiences and you've come through them, knowing what you're about, and like you can't have anybody else tell you nothing because you don't give a fuck what they say.
You know who you are, you know what you're about. Like everything people believe of you is bullshit when you know who you are, like I could try to start a business tomorrow, 10 people tell me I'm gonna fail, bro. I know if I know what I'm doing, if I'm confident, like I know where it's gonna go. And if I do fail, like it's on me. I'm not gonna regret it. I regret more if I don't try. So
right, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, just think about it. Like it might be scary to drop like $3,000. Yes, but like think like 3 years from now and you're looking back, would you have more guilt and more self like loathing thinking back like, man, I should have just spent that 3,000 because who really cares? Like $3,000, I could be rich by now. Look at all the people that didn't buy into Bitcoin, and then look at Bitcoin now, type of deal.
Exactly. So, and even like you brought up a couple episodes ago, you were saying when you started your home improvement business, you said a lot of people kind of try to put seeds of doubt in your head,
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, it's always going to happen. People have shit to say. People always have their beliefs. Maybe because they don't believe they can do it, they're going to tell you that you can't do it either. So,
right. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I heard somebody say, I can't remember who, like, I think it was from a Will Smith, like interview or something. He was saying like, people said that it was impossible to bend a piece of metal and fly to over an ocean. Thank God the Wright brothers didn't think so. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people thought that it was impossible to walk into a room, flip a switch, and then let there be light. Thank God Thomas Edison didn't think so.
That's true, man. That's true.
And you know how many people how many people like called him crazy, or who was that dude that we were talking about a while back, and like he was like even sent into the mental ward or the psycho hospital or whatever, the psycho hospital, because he was like inventing the telephone or something like that, and he was saying like, I found a way to transfer like the ether of the universe into like being able to talk to other people across the world. So talking
The-
about you, the phone.
I remember
I
you
don't know.
telling me something about him though, but right,
Yeah, it
people,
just goes to show like people around you can like even like if they're all set in their own ways, then whatever. Don't give a fuck.
right. So a big part of that too is like, I know it's nice when people tell you good things, like when people are like, hey man, that's awesome, you're awesome, but like if you take those good things and let them like hype you up some, obviously they hype you up, but if you take them in and like you let them hype you up to the extreme and you thrive on that, whenever they don't give you that positive feedback, you're just gonna crash, you know. So it's
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
like detaching yourself from good and bad feedback too, you know. Obviously the good feedback is nice, you can hear it, but don't thrive on it, don't feed yourself on it, because the bad feedback will come eventually and then you're gonna crash.
Right. Or just no feedback might come one day and you'll be like, oh crap.
Yeah,
Feeling
eventually you're looking for validation and feedback, so that's just let that go.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like then you won't be truly living like for yourself, you know.
You'll be living for others' opinion, and like the guy said, if you know who you are, why do you need other people's opinion, you know?
Right. Yeah. You know what you're about.
Yeah.
You don't need somebody else to tell you what you're about, you know.
Hell yeah. I like what he said about like what you were saying, experience too. That's a big one, you know. It's
Mhm.
like take that risk, go bankrupt, get your heart broken. I mean, those things do seem like setbacks, but I don't know, man. After things like that, that's when you really thrive, you know.
Right. Yeah. And plus, like if you really just like get those experiences, like once you come out on top, like if you just really take them as lessons, you know what I mean? Never have any failures, you only have lessons and successes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then
That's
eventually you'll be coming out on top in any situation.
right. And you even told me, what was that? You told me like I was going through some shit and you told me what was it? Pain is the catalyst. What was it? Change, like
Oh, yeah, like breakdowns call for breakthroughs or something like that. Like,
yeah. So I mean, like those
yeah, like
situations,
pain's a catalyst.
there's a big risk in everything you do, but those situations after when they do happen, like you come out with so much grit. You come out on top. You learn how to fight your way up, and it's
Right. Yeah.
so it's like do you either win or you learn. So take that risk.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Take that jump. And, you know, it's also like a big part of your mentality too. Like whether you look at it as if when you take that jump, if you look at it as if you're going to fall, then you might fall. But if you look at it as if you're about to fly, then you might fly. You know what I mean? Like, and you know that's having that positive mentality along with not giving a fuck and being able to just jump in the first place, that's really the foundation of what any successful person in this world, you know, I feel like has had to have,
Right.
you know, to take those chances.
And you can't give a
Mm-mm. Toss them out the window. Yeah, just know who you are and don't give a fuck and just be instead of trying to like execute things in a certain manner
right,
that
right.
that might not be what you're about. So it'll be like inharmonious, you know. Whereas if you just don't give a fuck and you know who you are and you just be, you'll act with more harmony with your surroundings and all the interactions you have. Get those experiences, learn what you're about, you know, take those chances, take action and, you know, be about it and just be.
Take that leap. Yeah, don't give a fuck about people telling you everything that they think they know about you, because guaranteed you will regret not taking the leap more than failing. That regret
Right.
of not taking the leap hurts way more than falling on your ass and failing.
You can listen to what people say, you know, like if somebody gives you their opinion, it's okay to listen to it, to draw in different perspectives, to gain different ideas. Like I mean, I know that like if people tell me things, I won't just like flat out like fake some, yeah, and then sometimes it'll give me ideas that I might work in with ideas that I've already had. So like, you know, but so it's good to like take in like inspirations maybe, but in the end, like what comes out is your own organic, like thought out result, like where you went through it and it processed through here and then like it went out through what you do.
Obviously, listen to people that are giving you constructive advice. Like you can learn
Mhm.
from so many people, but when
Right.
people start trying to move you off your balance, people come at me in a certain way, like, oh, you're not as good as you think you are. Like that type of stuff doesn't help anyone. You know, you can tell me like if I'm working on a car or something, like I screw up the paint, or you can be like, oh man, you should really try this technique maybe next. Okay, I'll listen. But if you're like, oh man, you suck, I could run circles, or like, bro, do I care? Like,
Right.
go run a fucking circle. 90% of the people trying to call you out aren't doing their thing yet. Anyways, just don't
People
listen.
call you out over things, and also know that like people call you out over things that they hate within themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they hate that, maybe like if you messed up something, maybe they hate the fact that they always make mistakes. So they feel like they need to bully somebody else who made one.
I've seen that in myself too. Like in the past, when it's situations when I've called out someone,
Hmm.
it's a lot of the time it's something that I've felt within myself of myself, you know. So it's
Right.
like, just think about that. Don't take it so personal.
All right, man. Yeah, that was pretty good stuff though. Yeah, and great TikTok, great advice,
Great advice
life
from
lessons.
Mind Hacks. Mind Hacks.
Yes, thank you, Mind Hacks.
We'll link it down below if you want to watch it yourself.
Hmm. Yes.
Give it a like, support it. Give us a like, support us. You know, if you like it, like our video. If you don't like it, like our video.
Yeah. Either way.
Either way, we'll be here next week.
Yes, you know it. All right, this is Project 518 Reactions out.
Peace.
Peace.